Conservation staff rushed over and checked for serious injuries. They agreed that Muzafa should be taken to the rescue center immediately. At the rescue center, the medical team made every effort to treat the Kruger legend. The wounds were carefully disinfected and bandaged, and he was given fluids to restore his health. At first, Muzafa seemed scared, but gradually realized that the humans here did not mean to harm him. The medical team used painkillers and antibiotics to prevent infection. His body was exhausted, making the recovery process slow. Experts assessed that Muzafa was too weak to survive in the wild. As a longtime icon, Muzafa was placed in the intensive care unit. Every day, the center staff provided fresh meat and checked his health progress. Saifo often visited, bringing with him both care and gratitude for the old memories. He sat next to him, caressed him and talked to him, as if comforting his own conscience. As time passed, the wounds gradually closed, and Muzafa's fur grew back somewhat. A full diet helped him recover little by little, no longer too ragged. No one expected that after only a month, Muzafa's body would show signs of being more vigorous. However, the marks of time cannot be erased, and the strength of the past is difficult to regain. Short walking sessions also made Muzafa tired and needed a lot of rest. Even so, he still roared, reminding everyone of the lion blood in his veins. The roar was weak but full of emotion, recalling a majestic time gone by. Many visitors heard the news that the legendary lion had been saved and immediately came to the center. They listened to the story of the tragic journey and the brave rescue. Everyone was saddened by the image of Muzafa, who was no longer as prosperous as before. Saifo sometimes sat next to him, remembering the days when Muzafa roamed freely in the dawn light. He recalled the scene of the brave lion chasing the herd of antelope, then roaring loudly as if conquering the land and sky. Now everything is just in memory, and now he is a tired king struggling to live out the last days of his life. However, Muzafa's existence still has great significance for wildlife conservation. The reserve decided to introduce Muzafa as a testament to the harshness of nature and human responsibility. Many people came to visit and take pictures, to promote awareness of protecting rare animals. Muzafa appeared before the public with a calm face, although no longer majestic and radiant. His golden brown eyes were a bit sad but still had something strong, arousing sympathy. All realize, old age and the cruelty of nature are inevitable, but kindness can soothe sad endings. So, Muzafa, the one-time legend of Kruger National Park, still lives his last days in the devoted arms of humans, as an immortal symbol of pride and impermanence. Dear friend, thank you for taking the time to follow the story. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to support us. In Kruger National Park in South Africa, there is a lion named Muzafa, who has been famous for a long time. When he was young, he had a muscular body and a thick mane, making visitors unable to take their eyes off him whenever they admired him. Muzafa shows his authority everywhere he appears, from riverbanks, dense forests to vast grasslands. Many visitors from all over the world have flocked to admire his rare spirit. With his skillful hunting ability, Muzafa is known as the ruler of the grasslands. His sharp golden brown eyes and powerful steps make anyone fear him. Deer, antelope, and even hyenas tremble before Muzafa's powerful roar. The sight of him appearing in the dawn always leaves an unforgettable impression on witnesses. The rangers call him the king without a throne of Kruger. Muzafa rarely failed in his hunts, making no one dare to face him directly. Over time, age gradually showed on every muscle of Muzafa. The mane of the past began to fall off, losing its luster. The once ripe muscles were now loose, no longer firm and powerful. Hunting battles became difficult as speed decreased significantly. The once familiar lion pride also dispersed, searching for a new leader. Muzafa was left behind, having to face the harshness of old age. Small wounds appeared more and more easily and were difficult to heal. Tourists gradually saw less and less of him roaming the grasslands. They only heard about the legend of a former majestic king of the jungle. Muzafa still silently struggled with hunger and loneliness, out of sight of humanity. The cruel flow of time did not spare any ruler, including Muzafa. Many times it had to starve, because it was no longer fast enough to catch its prey. When it had the chance, Muzafa often let small and agile prey escape. Its pride was hurt, its eyes were filled with sadness. Its thin figure, its ragged fur, Muzafa dragged each step wearily in the hot sun. But its greatest fear now was the constant harassment of other predators. The hyenas, who had always been afraid, now realized that this lion was no longer formidable. They followed every step, waiting for Muzafa to weaken so they could strike. Many times, Muzafa hid in the grass all day, avoiding the relentless pursuit. Loneliness and old age made it sink deeper and deeper into misery and danger. In Kruger, there was a ranger named Sifo Beale, who always had a special love for Muzafa. He has followed its journey since it was a young and passionate lion. In his thick notebook, Sifo recorded Muzafa's spectacular hunts and everyday moments. When Muzafa entered a period of weakness, Sifo still did not take his eyes off, silently observing and ready to rescue. To him, this lion is the soul of the savannah, worthy of being cherished for life. Sifo's patrol car often crept across the vast grasslands, hoping to find Muzafa. Many times he encountered it exhausted, standing precariously in the harshness of nature. Sifo always hesitated, because interfering too much could break the laws of the wild. However, he still carried an unquenchable compassion. Other conservationists were also informed and coordinated by Sifo to be able to provide timely assistance. One sunny afternoon, Muzafa trudged across the dry grasslands, exhausted from days without food. Each step he took became heavy, his breathing ragged. Suddenly, a pack of ferocious hyenas appeared, lurking from afar. They realized that this old lion was no longer as capable of fighting back as before. At first, they growled and circled around to confuse Muzafa further. Then, the pack of hyenas fiercely charged in, cornering it in a dead end. Muzafa tried to run away, but his steps quickly faltered. When he stopped, the hyenas took advantage of the opportunity and attacked him. A few deep bites appeared, and blood began to dye his pale fur red. Muzafa's weak roar was not enough to repel the bloodthirsty predators. Fortunately, Sifo and the patrol team were nearby, and discovered the situation in time. They saw Muzafa surrounded, so they immediately drove closer. Sifo did not hesitate, jumped out of the car and took a stick to charge at the pack of hyenas. He shouted loudly, waving the stick to attract their attention. Surprised by the appearance of humans, the pack of hyenas stopped attacking. Sifo desperately chased them away, ignoring the danger, in order to save Muzafa's life. Unable to deal with the humans, the pack of hyenas quickly retreated. Muzafa lay on the ground, gasping for breath and in pain all over his body.